Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's November 2024 and I thought I'd do a spring tour of my garden. I'm based in the top of the South Island, New Zealand, and for most of spring so far we've had a lot of rain, so here's hoping for some sunshine soon. I still have a lot to plant, so I've got some tomato plants here that were given to me by my mother-in-law. Lots of healthy tomato plants still to go in. Some lettuce that I got from the school plant sale the other week. Some brassicas. I'm not sure what this is. It is a plant flower of some sort. Same with this. What's that? A penstemon gracilis. So I've got some flowers to go in as well as some veggies. There's a lot of slugs and snails around at the minute because of all the rain we've had. So I've got a bit of damage there to some of my little seedlings. Some tomatoes that I've been trying to grow and haven't been doing that great. Some more lettuce and again some more tomato plants there. I got a hungry bin probably about 3 months ago and it's yielding quite a lot of worm tea at the minute because of all the rain we've been having. I think, you know, a bit of moisture has been getting into it and it's been weeing out the bottom of it. So that's been going quite well. Hopefully it's going to mean that my veggies are going to grow lots and lots this year. I've had a bit of a nightmare with my cucumbers because the first lot of cucumbers I put in, the pukekos pulled them out. So I covered everything with a net, put some more cucumbers in, and then the slugs or the snails have eaten them. So I've had to sow some more cucumber seeds. Hopefully they'll shoot up soon. I've got them on the heat mat, hoping for them to germinate soon. We're going to go away on holiday in 2 weeks, so kind of hoping that they'll germinate and maybe be big enough to plant just before we go away. I've sprinkled some slug pellets down just to try and reduce the slug population before I put any more seedlings in the ground and just to try and prevent any more slug damage. I'm hoping to grow some veggies for our stall this year. We grew some veggies for the stall last year, but we didn't put in enough. We didn't do the stall until later on in the summer, so we hadn't initially planted enough seedlings. So this year I've put in heaps and heaps of courgette, and I'm kind of hoping to put in quite a few cucumbers. If we can get them growing and nothing eats them, they sell quite well on the stall. This is the zucchinis, quite a few zucchinis in of different types, green, black, yellow. I have a feeling that maybe that seedling over there is a cucumber, although to be honest I've forgotten which are cucumbers and which are zucchinis. My cucumbers that got eaten and pulled out by pukekos were here. I've got quite a lot of space still to plant. All this here isn't planted. I've got my tomatoes running up the side here, one there. All this way up here I've got tomatoes. I'm going to put some stakes in once they get big enough. I just wanted to net them just while they get established and again so nothing pulls them out. This is the last of our winter veg. I've got some silver beet, some kale, some broccoli that's just about going to seed. These which maybe look like broccoli, that one maybe looks like a cauliflower. Isn't any head there yet. And some red cabbage here which is almost ready to eat, I would say. Once that's ready and been eaten, I'm going to pull up the black weed mat. We put the weed mat down hoping that it would be quite good because we've got quite a lot of oxalis in our garden, which is a bit of a nightmare. We've just got so much we just can't control it, and I don't want to have to use spray near the veggie garden. So we decided to put some weed mat down, cut some holes in it and plant seedlings in there, but I haven't really done that well. So I think what I'm going to do next is once everything's ready, I'll harvest it, pull the weed mat up and then just use cardboard and grass clippings for mulch. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here, maybe some more tomatoes, seeing as I've got heaps and heaps of tomatoes to plant. And I do also need somewhere to put my corn seedlings. I had a bit of a nightmare with corn the last few years too, with pukekos eating it and also pulling the seeds out of the ground. So once we managed to get the seeds to take and not be pulled out by pukekos, they grew really well. But then as soon as they were, well, just before they were ready to harvest, the corn got absolutely decimated by pukekos and we didn't actually end up having any of it. So our garden is a bit tricky pest-wise. I've got some broccoli in here which has just gone pretty much straight to seed, and some green cabbage which is looking good, again almost ready to harvest. There's a broccoli over there that has just got a small head on it. Hopefully that won't go to seed. I've got some leeks in here which are ready to harvest. I just need to think about what recipes I can use them in. And then I've got my strawberries here which are just starting to flower, starting to get little strawberries. They're not quite red yet, but with a little bit of heat I think this will be full of strawberries soon. I've just planted some things in here. I think maybe radishes. These might be radishes, and some bok choy further up there. And this I think is a cauliflower that probably needs to be harvested. I just planted my runner beans today, and again I'm scared that the pukekos are going to pull the seeds out. They must have a really good sense of smell, because it's like they can smell the seed underneath the ground and they know where it is, so they just pull it up. They don't even eat it. Sometimes they just pull it up and leave it on the ground so it can't grow. So in order to protect my runner bean seeds, I've put little milk bottles on top of them with a bamboo stake in, just to try and keep it in place so the pukekos can't get in. I'm really hoping that that is going to be a success. I quite like beans in stir fries or salads. They are pretty good and they always yield quite well. Over here I've got some red onions which I discovered yesterday are actually ready to harvest. So I got one of those out yesterday for a salad. It's also full of weeds because it's been under the net and I haven't taken the net off to weed it in a while. I've got my asparagus bed over here. It's still only a year old, I think. I've bought some crowns, asparagus crowns from Bunnings, and planted them maybe about 12 months ago. So this is the first season. So I've not had too many asparagus heads out of this bed this year, but hopefully over the next couple of years they'll get a bit more abundant. This is my blueberry bush, which is just in the early stages of growing, but it's looking healthy. I've got a Chilean guava here, which died down to pretty much nothing over winter, but it's just starting to show some life now. You can see the slug and snail pellets that I put down here the other day, hoping to kill the slugs and snails. I've got this avocado tree here that I planted from seed probably about 2 years ago. I was thinking that I might graft an established avocado branch onto it, but I really haven't got around to that yet. We've got some avocado trees in the paddock over there, but they got some kind of like root disease and they don't give us any avocados. They kind of like look like they're dying, so we're not too sure what to do with those, whether to persevere with trying to treat them or just cut them off and get some new avocado trees and maybe plant them in a different place so they don't get the same disease again. I've got some cauliflower that's been in all winter. Here it's just forming heads now, so they'll probably all be ready at once and we'll have heaps and heaps of cauliflower to eat. I planted some brassicas in here, and again there is some damage, I think, from slugs and snails, so I did sprinkle a heap of pellets in here the other day, hoping to get rid of those. It can be a bit of an expensive hobby, veggie gardening can, because you'll find you'll plant things and they'll just get eaten by bugs and you'll think, why the heck am I doing this? I may as well just go and buy them from the supermarket. But it does feel good when you can grow cauliflowers and you've got heaps of cauliflower and they're like $7 in the supermarket. So if you manage to grow them at the right time, it can feel good. So that's my spring 2024 garden update. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.